The Trump administration facing another scandal involving Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth after he shared sensitive information in a second Signal group chat before the U.S. strikes in Yemen. The secretary pushing back this morning.
What was shared over Signal, then and now, however you characterize it, was informal, unclassified coordinations for media coordination and other things.
But the information was coming from the general overseeing the strikes and included details on when U.S. fighters would take off and when they would hit their targets. 3 U.S. officials with direct knowledge of the chat tell NBC News the secretary sent some of that information to 2 group chats. One that included his wife, as well as his brother and personal attorney, who both work at the Pentagon. Hegseth was also part of another chat group with the country's top intelligence officers, also talking about the strike.
Let me reiterate, the president stands strongly behind Secretary Hegseth in the change that he is bringing to the Pentagon.
Democrats have been calling for Hegseth's resignation. And now Nebraska Republican Congressman Don Bacon is calling on Hegseth to step down, saying he always had concerns about the secretary. The market's another sour point for the White House. The growing feud between the president and Fed Chairman Powell has Wall Street rocking and roiling. The Dow rallied one day after a huge sell-off. But despite the gains, the market is headed for its worst April since the Great Depression. The president downplaying the ups and downs Monday.
We're all set. There's a little transition, and that's going to happen. But ultimately, we're going to be the strongest that we've ever been as a nation.
The president ramped up attacks on Powell Monday, calling him a loser and demanding he lower interest rates. But last week, Powell said the Fed will wait for clarity on the tariffs before changing interest rates.
Now, President Donald Trump says Chairman Powell's termination can't come soon enough. But Powell says under the law, the president cannot fire him, and Powell's term ends May 2026. Melanie Zanona, NBC News, Washington.